been talking about the theme of exploration all day, and I'd like to follow suit by inviting everyone in here to imagine my favorite place on Earth. My favorite place on Earth is a sea where mosquitoes can bathe and elephants can drown. This is an Indian proverb that is referring to the 64 squares that make up a chessboard. The mosquitoes bathing means that a beginner can take up chess with ease and before long start to have fun. The elephants drowning refers to the inevitable soul-crushing mistakes that any chess player will make at any time in their career. My name is Tyler Schwartz. I'm a chess player. I'm a chess teacher. And just when you thought a resume could get you uninvited from a cocktail party faster, I'm also a chess commentator. But this talk isn't about chess. It's about a funny call I got while playing chess one day in the park. I was playing chess in the park 12 years ago when a preschool called me, wondering if I could teach chess to the school's 3-, 4-, and 5-year-old students. Now, I don't know how many chess players you know, but it's none of our dreams to teach chess to students who are constantly getting peanut butter stuck in their hair. Another fact about chess players, and this is true, we don't get offered many jobs. I just graduated college, and this great opportunity to teach in this preschool represented a practical way for me to stay in New York and have a life there. So I wanted to make the most of it. So I went online and I Googled best early childhood chess curriculum. And I don't think it will surprise you to learn that there was no early childhood chess curriculum at that time. That's because teaching chess to preschoolers is a horrible idea. That's my daughter. She's very cute. She's 3 years old, but come on, it's teaching chess at this age is just not a great idea. We can start with something easy, like the bishop, okay? Anyone here? The bishop moves on a diagonal. You gets a cookie. Diagonal. A couple things about diagonals. A 3-year-old is going to have trouble pronouncing the word diagonal. It's a little bit too long. But more importantly, a 3-year-old can't conceptually understand what a diagonal is. They probably haven't come across them in their life before. They've never seen them. They maybe haven't seen them every day and maybe just not put a name to it. Like those little plastic things on the ends of your shoelaces called aglets. But my best quality is that I'm naive. And so I wanted to take this job in the preschool, and I'm happy to say that 13 years later, I'm still the chess specialist for the Washington Market School in Tribeca. Hi, Ronnie. And 7 years ago, my best friend, John Sieber, and I funded a company called Chess at 3 that is devoted to teaching this wonderful age how to play chess. This year, Chess at 3 will teach 10,000 children a week through our vast tutor network and online curriculum. But what I'm here to do today is to take the method that we use to teach chess to 3- and 5-year-olds and share it with you all, so that the parents and educators can extract it from chess and use it to teach all new concepts to 3-, 4-, and 5-year-olds that were before thought to be too complicated. Sound fun? Yeah. Okay. The first day I went into this preschool, I had very unambitious goals. I just wanted to teach the children about this, the king. So I remember going into the first class and saying, hey kids, my name is Tyler, this is the chess class, this is the king, he moves 1 square at a time. And the kid goes, why? My name is Tyler, I'm the chess teacher, this is chess, that's one of the rules, please do it. And the class hated chess. And this question kept coming up over and over all day. Why? Why do the pieces move the way that they do? And my frustration kept growing and growing as I saw the possibility of me getting this job wane. My frustration boiled over in the 7th and final class as a kid asked why, and I said something unexpected. I said, hey kids, this is the king. He moves 1 square at a time. A kid asked why, and I said, it's because he's got a huge belly. And the kid said, what? And the teacher said, yeah, what? And I said, yeah, this is King Chomper, and he had pancakes for breakfast. 10 pancakes. And all the kids laughed and laughed and laughed because that's way too many pancakes for someone to eat. And for lunch, he had 20 sandwiches, and for dinner, he had 30 pizzas. And so how do you think his body would look? He has a huge tummy out to here. Everyone in here, pretend you have a beach ball tummy right now, like this. Come on, be a kid again. Oh, okay. That's how the kids understand King Chomper is a huge beach ball tummy. And then the next day, King Chomper wakes up. He goes downstairs for breakfast and only sees 1 lone pizza left. And he goes to grab it, but then sneezes. And the pizza flies out of his window and lands in the checkered lawn outside that is the chessboard. Then to one of the kids I said, hey, this is King Chomper. And I put him down. I want you to show me how you think he likes to move. And the child went up to the king and went, ugh. The child moved the king according to the rule, but never hearing the rule, only hearing a silly story that allowed them to discover how the piece moved on their own. They didn't memorize it, they discovered it, so it's going to be permanent in their minds. That is the method that Chess at 3 teaches chess to all kids. The stories that let children discover what we're trying to teach them without us ever mentioning it. What I'd like to do next is to drill down a little bit on what 3 ingredients these stories need to have in order for them to be successful for this age. I'm a horrible note taker, so I'm speaking to the Tylers in the crowd right now. This is going to be the part you're going to want to write down because you'll be able to take this and teach whatever you want to kids, backgammon or no limit poker or Fortnite. Okay. First thing, a character with a simple motivation or driving force. King Chomper loves food. The rest is logical. He has a big belly and therefore moves slow. The Black King is named King Shaky. He grew up in a castle made of pillows and is afraid of everything that's not a pillow. So he's scared of everything. The next ingredient is a reason for that character to interact with your world. In this case, it's a chessboard. What is going to bring these 2 kings to interact on the board? For King Chomper, it's because his pizzas flew out of the window. For King Shaky, his jewels flew out of the window. And children can understand why they're actually going to this place at the same time. And the third ingredient is the magic moment, when a child is able to take the motivation of the character, put it over the world that you're trying to teach them, and discover a tactical truth about their world by understanding the one that you created for them. Let's use these 3 ingredients to go back to the impossible bishops. Remember these guys? Impossible to teach kids about it. They can't pronounce the word. They don't know the concept. How could it be done? What if you could circumvent all that complicatedness with a story that even a 3-year-old could understand? I'd like to introduce you to Bee and Bop. They're twins. They're trapeze artists. And Bee loves the color green. Everything she does is green. She has green hair, green clothes, green shoes, green car, always eats salad. And Bop, the other bishop, loves the color white. White hair, white clothes, white shoes, white car, and he always drinks. Oh no, I'm sorry. The answer we were looking for is unfiltered sake. Yes, Bop has a drinking problem. No, I'm kidding. Milk, you got it. But that's all you need. King Shaky goes to their circus and he sees them zipping around and he wants them to play chess with him. And so they come back to the board because they want to be his friend. And you can see the magic moment already. Give a kid a bishop and say, this is B. The kid's okay, loves green, goes on a green square. And this is Bop. You can just put him on a white square. And now how do you think that they like to move? And you can see a child approaching the bishop and saying, okay, this bishop really likes green. If I go forward, oop, that touches a white square. Where's another green square? Oh, there's one over here. So if I can get to that one, I can kind of go through the corner there. And that's when we can say that's it. That's how B and Bop like to move, on this thing called a diagonal. because the child discovered the concept in their mind on their own. So naming it is secondary. It's easy. They'll pick up the word as whenever they're ready to. This is how we teach everything in chess at 3, through all the pieces movements to the most impossible thing, which is if a 4-year-old plays a game of chess with all of his characters that he loves and loses and has to shake hands and say good game. That's the real impossible one that we're proud of, but I don't have time to share with you the story today of King Richard. At the beginning of this talk, we all laughed that teaching chess to kids 3 years old was a bad idea. And we thought that was because the 3-year-olds couldn't understand these complex concepts. But that's not the truth. The truth is that they can understand the concepts. They just don't care about them because we haven't communicated them to them in their language, the language of stories. And that's Chess at 3's big idea that is worth spreading for the early childhood movement. I'd like to close as I opened with a quote that's an analogy revolving around a body of water. It's by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up men to gather wood, divide the work, and give orders. Instead, teach them to yearn for the vast and endless sea. What if instead of tricking kids to learn what we think they should, we create a world that they fall in love with something and they can teach themselves? I'm super proud of you guys, and I miss you already.